So for the past 3, 4 years, 5 years, ADUs have been a really, really big thing here in California. And in 2022, I did my first ever ADU property transaction. And it was up in Upland, and it was a 2-unit, formerly a just single family. It was like a 3-1 in the front, and then a 2-1 brand new construction ADU in the back. Now, the craziest thing about this transaction, and something that nobody really prepared me for, was the appraisal and the underwriters actually turned this, what seemed like a very solid property, into a complete nightmare. And I'm sharing this because I still talk to loan officers, appraisers, even to this day, and I do not know, or I'm pretty sure that the underwriting guidelines have changed since then, meaning things are still the same. And so what basically happened is during the appraisal, the property appraised at value during the appraisal process. The thing about it is the underwriters looked at the pictures and everything, and so they had 1 trillion conditions for the actual appraisal itself. And it got to a point where they were asking questions about a property that sold 6 months prior, whether it had an actual kitchen or if it was just a little, like a tabletop, stove, whatever you want to call it, whether property had a fridge. And this is a property that sold 6 months ago that was a comp for our property. And it got to the point where they actually required a second appraisal when we were days away from getting the clear to close. And so long story short, we actually had to extend the close of escrow. I updated the listing agent and I said, hey, look, this is what's going on. This is what they're going through. It's completely out of my hands. However, they were still asking for our loan contingency removal, which I would tell my clients, I don't feel comfortable removing this just yet. This is a big freaking deal. And so long story short, the underwriters and the appraisals for it really, really messed it up. Now, thankfully, at some point, we did get the loan approval and the appraisal stuff taken care of, but it was after several phone calls directing towards me where people were like yelling, but there was nothing I could do. And so my number one goal is to protect my client's interest, but I kept reassuring them, I was like, hey, look, once this is figured out and everything, then we can remove the loan contingency, we can set up for closing. But here's my question to you. Is a property with an ADU already constructed, is that the same thing as a duplex, or am I missing something?